It's the same thing when they say that the Glock with a Glock switch can shoot 1,200 rounds a minute.
They said 20 rounds in a second. Let's fact check this. I just lost my... First of all, we have 10-round magazines. Second of all, if a Glock shot 20 rounds in a second, it would explode.
Yeah, the frame will crack.
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille.
Welcome to the 2A Roundtable. My name is Josh.
I'm Michele.
I'm Derek.
I'm Todd. Just Todd.
Just Todd.
And we talked to you about a slew of stuff. We really need a tagline for this. So today is June 5th, National Gun Violence Prevention Day.
Awareness Day.
Awareness Day, sorry.
You don't prevent.
National Gun Violence Awareness Day. They don't prevent anything. They're just aware of it. And none of us are wearing orange. What are we doing, guys? Kagva's going to be mad.
I thought about it halfway here. I was like, I should have worn orange.
I didn't get the memo.
So this morning of filming this podcast, good old Ned re-signed ceremoniously HB5043 because he signed the bill about a week ago now. And today we had to have a half-an-hour-long press conference with Susan Bisowitz, their uncontested candidate for lieutenant governor.
And
she's
she-
not getting
the only
primaried. She's not getting primaried.
She said this was common sense.
Oh, they all
Yes.
said it.
Gun control.
You had
It's common sense.
Earl Bloodworth, whatever, come out and talk for probably 7 minutes or so. Nothing to do with guns.
It was brutal.
You had,
Was it Trump's bad?
I don't think, surprisingly, I don't think they said the word
No.
Trump.
Yeah, not once. But I shared it on the Gun Guru Facebook page, and it was just brutal. Absolutely brutal.
Senator Winfield was there until he ran away. He did say during the press conference he had to leave early. You had the House rep for Judish, Staffstrom. There you go. He was there next. No. Then you had Grandpa Joe up there, or
Martin Looney.
Martin Looney. Sorry, wrong name there. Martin Looney.
Henry Martin's a good one.
Yeah,
we like him.
I know. That's what I was thinking. Martin Looney, who is the definition of term limits. My man, he is short. He is hunched over, but I will say he did speak better than most of the people up there. You had some other useless people come up after that. Some kid that was going to be a lawyer, I guess.
Did Baby Bloomy?
Baby Bloomy, Little Dick was not there.
Okay.
But they did tout it like they came up with this idea.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
they're the ones that crafted.
That Ned did.
Yeah.
They kept saying the governor.
Yeah, nah. This came from out of state because our law matches other states' laws.
Every town was not there.
They did their job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Busy.
They
Let's go
lit
to
the
the next
match,
state.
set it ablaze, and walked away.
So Ned signed it 4 times. 4 copies he signed.
Oh, thank God. At least now it's on record.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that was that. That was all on CTN. So if you're going to go break down that video, you can go and get that.
The video I shared was from WFSB,
Yeah,
but
it is on CTN.
I was going to reach out to my contact over at CTN and see if I could get the raw footage of it.
Why?
And you know the tall
Good content.
turkey neck guy that's there all the time from Kagva?
Yes.
Oh.
You got to know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
He was there. He was right behind them the entire time, standing there like
Not in
he
his
did
head like a
something.
bobblehead, right?
Like he actually did something.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it was like a sea of orange shirts behind him. I'm like,
it was not a sea, it was a puddle.
Well,
okay.
'cause
There was
they're
maybe
confused. They don't understand that orange is hunter orange, meaning you use it and you wear it when you hunt with a gun.
there's maybe 25 people in the background, mostly politicians and Kagvas, and honestly, there were maybe 25 people in the building, like sitting there watching the press conference. Because you'll see it on CTN, they like zoom out at the end.
They didn't pay him enough to go?
Probably. And it was in New Haven. Hard hitting New Haven now? Can't use hard hitting New Britain.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to get their door hit soon, probably.
Somebody is hard hitting in Britain. There's that.
What's everyone's thoughts on HB5043? We haven't talked about it enough here, so.
Put another one out there.
well, here's my
I
thing.
think it sucks.
Okay, so
Do you have the 6.5 with you?
I do have the 6.5. That is the
You're gonna-
compliant.
Are you going to show our viewers the new Connecticut-compliant 6.5?
Great. I'm going to have to make
I
holsters.
got to unload it. Take the magazine out.
Okay. No, is there anything in the... Okay.
Locked open.
It's clear.
There you go.
I think I should start selling these.
This is a Block 17 6.5.
Block 17 6.5. I get off the camera before YouTube kills us. Oh, it looked like it was compensated there in the front there.
It is.
Had two cuts out.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
Oh,
17C.
Gucci.
But wait. How many rounds?
Oh, it's a 6. It's a 6-round mag.
Oh.
Okay, so it's
actually
compliant.
Super duper compliant.
Yeah.
It's like revolver compliant.
Or 1911.
Yeah, we don't carry officer models here.
Okay, I was just saying, it's like that.
Yeah, okay, but they hold 7 anyways.
But here's the thing. Can you put a switch on it?
I'm
it
sure somebody could
convertible?
figure it out.
I know,
But
you
does
can,
it have a cruciform trigger?
I don't think so. That's what makes it, legit.
6.5.
Okay.
It has a Picatinny rail that accepts your lasers and your flashlights. It's got a mount that you can mount a red
Your
dot
beams.
to. It's MOS.
Your beams and your scopes, okay?
Yep. You put your minifigs all over it.
So
one up front, one guy in the back holding both arms up.
Suppressor height.
Suppressor height
sights.
sights. 2 little minifigs.
I think I need to buy more than one. We're going to make a shelf here.
Are they Lego bullets or are they Nerf bullets?
No, they're hard plastic. You have to assemble them.
You can't use those. That might hurt somebody.
But there's a primer, and when you hit it, it pops out, and it goes on a parabola. It goes right 3 feet in front of you and just hits the ground.
Oh,
So you gotta arc
it's
it.
close
Got
up. That bitch is close up.
Oh, yeah.
Personal.
Very anemic.
It's a point and shoot.
It's really Connecticut compliant.
Fantastic.
What's our next topic?
Well, we could. Henry Arms leaving New Jersey, which is a big blow to New Jersey.
This is Derek's. This is his thing. He wants to talk about this, so everybody needs to listen carefully. He's talking.
He speaks.
But
He does speak occasionally.
so 146 jobs lost, gone. Tax base, gone. They moved to Wisconsin to a massive facility, brand new CNC machines, cranking out more stuff. They created 400 jobs in Wisconsin.
Nice.
That's insane.
It's awesome is what it
It's a little
is. I
colder.
freaking love it.
I think Cheryl's taken her cues from Lamont and how to drive businesses out of the state.
Yes.
Oh, they're very good
Okay.
at that here.
They're phenomenal at it.
Especially gun
Yes.
business.
Yep. So, it kind of goes hand in hand with this Chicago surgeon trying to push this act in Illinois. He's trying to make gun manufacturers in Illinois pay an extra fee for a license based on their sales to cover expenses from gun violence. And I'm sitting there saying,
You want to see what money
Yeah.
laundering looks like?
yeah, right?
Well, that's what 7042 does, supposedly.
Yeah, right? But it's like
Part of that
Springfield.
money is for the
Well,
violence.
Springfield Armory, what do you think Springfield Armory and DS Arms and Armalite and all these
Oh,
other
yeah,
companies, they're going to
Springfield's in
leave.
Illinois. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they're all going to pack up and go, bye.
Yeah.
Now you're going to lose those jobs
Yep.
and that tax base in a state that's already struggling. You're going to lose the Chicago Bears. Look,
Sir,
Pay attention.
That is Chirac.
Chirac, yeah. But what I said, because I did do a video on this guy.
Hold on, Chirac.
You ever been to
Chirac.
Chicago on the weekends? It's Chirac.
They call it Chirac, yeah.
Yeah.
But this guy's a surgeon.
It makes Fallujah look like
a
freaking
real
Disney.
surgeon.
A surgeon.
Medical.
And he talks about how he has to every day deal with victims of gun violence. I'm like, yeah, but most
You're
of the
dealing
people,
with victims of violence.
violence. Okay. But he's consistently saying, when I have to tell these people, this is your last breath. And I'm like, yeah, but most of the people you're dealing with are either involved in what getting themselves there or cause what you're dealing with in the operating room. But you're telling gun manufacturers they have to pay up for these people's actions. It's like,
And
give me a
again,
break.
you're dealing with people in the emergency room,
Yeah.
ORs. How many people actually own firearms that are not in the OR or in the ER and having issues?
And how many of them were actually involved in the situation that got them into the emergency room in the first place?
Yeah, I think you're missing the point, though. Chicago, Illinois in general, has the strongest gun laws in the entire country. They're so bad. I drive around Illinois to go to North Dakota, Montana, because I know I can get through New York and all the other states pretty much via the Commerce Clause, no hard stops, soft stops only, blah, blah, blah.
That's changing too. by the way.
Illinois is the only state I will drive around. I avoid it like the plague. Right? Now, all these laws, with all the gun violence on the weekends, which is insane, how many of them are law-abiding citizens with gun permits? With lawfully owned guns from the local FFL?
See, no,
No,
My
it's-
guess is less than
Less than-
0%.
But here you go.
Yeah.
man.
Less than 0%.
So
Talking
then hang
real
on.
stuff.
So the doctor wants to go after the guns, but that's not the problem. The problem is your societal collapse
Of Chicago?
overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of Chicago.
Well, it's in general.
Well,
I mean,
No, I mean, it's just, but Chicago.
Well,
is-
Chicago is driving the gun violence in Illinois
yes.
single-handedly.
Yep.
Yes.
They already said that if they could remove Chicago from their gun death totals every year, they'd be in the 40s.
But
Put
when
up
it
a
comes to
little
gun
wall
death.
around them.
But they blame the neighboring states.
Yes,
Yeah,
Indiana.
They're like, well, they're
Indiana
getting
all the
guns
time.
from there.
Yeah.
And they fail to understand, or at least they understand and they're just lying. You can't buy a handgun, which is the vast majority of these crimes were committed with handguns, in any other state other than the one you live in.
Right.
Right? So you can't go next door to another state and buy a handgun. That's against the law everywhere.
Yeah.
Correct. That is a
So
federal
they're
statute.
not going to a neighboring state to buy these guns at the local Cabela's. They're getting them illegally.
Yeah.
So all the laws in the world don't stop any of this, and now they're blaming the manufacturer, which is just par for course, right?
Yeah.
Because it's not the people doing it, it's not the crime, the criminals. Nope, it's the people that made the gun.
Yeah, but that's not what I was told.
What were you told?
I was told that they have to take it from the law-abiding citizen, because if they take it from the law-abiding citizen, then the criminals won't have them.
Well, you know why? Because it's easier. They're law abiding.
Yeah.
It's
Just
not a
saying.
popular opinion, but under Capone, Chicago was relatively safe. Just saying. Don't talk about Valentine's Day, but listen.
Oh, I'm being completely sarcastic, because you're right. And they
Yeah.
focus on, it's always the wrong things. Like at the end of my testimony, when I do testimony every single year, my last line is always, when are you going to start focusing on the who and the why
Well, they're not
versus
going
the
to.
what?
And I think I figured it out. Like with bringing it all the way back home. They were talking about today how in New Haven, or it was Hartford, I can't remember. It was a shithole town in Connecticut, where they found a bunch of Glocks, like 51 of them with switches.
No.
Right, in the course of a year. That's what the
But
police
those are
stats-
illegal.
Now, if you look at the charges, they never charge them with
No.
a switch. They never charge them for illegal use of a machine gun. They're pled down, nollied, whatever it is, because those numbers would go to the feds. The feds would take over the case, and it would look bad on Connecticut for funding and our gun statistical numbers of violence is going down, which we all know it's not.
Yeah, come on.
So instead of going after criminals, they write a bill that goes after Josh. Now, they're not saying, Michele, you can't have a Glock. They're not saying, Derek, you can't have your Glock. They're not even saying you can't have a new Glock. You could own a Glock built October 2nd, 2026. They didn't say you couldn't. They just said you could sell it, Josh. And if you sold it, marketed it, or import it, that's you.
Josh.
Yeah.
I can own it.
I feel like he needs to stop using Josh, because Lock N Load Firearms LLC for the government is its own entity. I may be operating the entity. Okay.
We'll talk about the manager, Nine Knuckle Nick. But you know what I'm saying is,
But anyways.
you literally you could go online. You could order a Glock from a third party
PSA. Probably not.
No.
and have it shipped
Bud's
here.
Guns.
But here's the thing: you buy it online, right? You have it shipped into the state of Connecticut. Soon as it hits your door, that's a you problem now. That Lock and Load's problem.
Josh problem.
It turns into a Josh problem.
Right? Because
Quickly.
as soon as it hits the doorstep, as far as I understand, aren't you supposed to log it into the A&D log?
Correct.
Thus, now you have it.
Within 24
And
hours.
there's
yes.
nothing you can do with it.
But here's my thing. I didn't import it.
It doesn't. Go ahead and
But
fight
what-
that battle.
But
Well,
what
was
does
Somebody's going to have to.
what? I'm just curious. What does import mean?
I think I'm just gonna
into
stop
the country
all-
or into the state.
I think
No.
the option here is stopping all transfers.
No, what they did was import.
I just stopped selling guns. Finish your statement.
For years and years, import always meant importing into the country. Connecticut has changed that terminology along with some other states, where importing now means over state lines.
Exactly. No.
So I think my solution to that is sometime in September, because we give it time, I'll stop accepting transfers from other stores
Right.
online
And that's
Gunbroker.
been my big point. Where even though the law said, hey, we can do person-to-person transfers, though we know we need an FFL for that.
But the
lot of-
FFL can't do it.
A lot of the FFL want to touch it.
Maybe.
Maybe that's why I always said
The
there
more and more
might
I
be one
read
there.
this, the more and more I talk to people, I'm thinking, and I'm still not 100% on this, right? We still have many months. I'm thinking there's going to be like a pre-ban market, right? A pre-October market.
Right.
So, but I need to prove that it was made prior to October 1st.
That's why in the last video I said make sure you bring a DPS-3 with you unless you bought it directly here.
Yeah. But still, just bring your DPS-3s with you.
But
Or
there's still going to be a leeway time where some stuff has been on the shelf.
yeah, but it was made before.
Yeah,
That's still okay.
but
Right,
won't
but you
know
need
it. Well, yeah.
those you need a
If
born
it was
on
bought
date.
in 2023, 4, 5,
It's
right?
yes.
Maybe 6, we get a
Gen 3, 4s, and 5s.
Not necessarily.
With a
but-
DPS-3
with a
because
DPS-3.
you're supposed to have that.
But the
Even-
other way
You
is
could
born
prove it's
dates.
yours.
You come in, you don't have paperwork. I'll agree to buy something maybe. Like, yeah, this is the price, bring it back. Give me your contact info. I'm going to go email Glock for a born date. And then when I have Glock's born date, well, now I've done the work. I'm going to print that off and put it in with the gun.
Yep.
And hopefully that travels with the gun for the rest of its gun life. But I think that's really the only way of doing that. But that is going to drive up.
Keep a
prices.
copy.
Yeah.
Keep a copy with your sale.
Yeah.
4473. I would. That's just a suggestion, so that when somebody
course.
comes to your door, you have the record of the born
Who's coming to
date.
my door? Well, that's the real question here, too, though. Right? That wasn't sarcasm for people at home. The SLFU doesn't have funding, let alone people, to go and do that.
Currently,
Right.
I would say nobody's coming to your door. However, look at what they're doing in Rhode Island. God only knows when they might want to decide to do this.
Well, God only knows what they're
add the
doing
word.
in New Jersey.
Right. So
Good segue.
swinging all the way
Good
back to
segue.
Jersey. I got it right here. This was funny because I knew about this. It was on my radar, and
It's like
you
we
guys
planned that
didn't.
segue.
Nobody pays attention to Jersey. I even said that in my video. So the acting,
Armpit of New York.
yes, the acting Attorney General of New Jersey. She's not even the actual AG, but
Jennifer Davenport.
she's acting AG.
Why is
But it is
Why do you know all
Davenport.
the names?
Because he does all the national stuff. He's fantastic at that.
Yeah. So
And so does he.
she issued a broad subpoena statewide to all FFLs demanding 10 years of customer records regarding the sale of Glock pistols. This action is tied to the ongoing public nuisance lawsuit against Glock and has sparked significant concerns among gun owners regarding privacy and the creation of a public registry.
Really? No
Oh.
way.
The lawsuit from the OAG is investigating Glock under the public nuisance law, alleging their pistols are too easily converted into automatic machine guns. The demand. The state is requesting records of all the Glock handgun sales, civilian versus law enforcement purchases, all their marketing materials, and an inventory data spanning for the past decade. Now, SAF and the NRA ILA are all over this. They're like, this is like a breach of confidentiality. When
It's
we
a
purchase
registry.
a gun, we assume we are going to have some sort of privacy. Unless we do something wrong, and then you throw your privacy out the window.
So, marketing materials.
Marketing
like
materials.
Facebook.
Yeah.
Couldn't tell you.
Anything.
Now, here's the deal with Connecticut, or with Jersey. Jesus.
Don't say Connecticut. Shh.
Well, New
Connecticut
Jersey already maintains a permit to purchase system, which is a de facto registry. The subpoenas compel dealers themselves to hand over the local transaction records rather than retrieving the records directly from the state police database, which already exists. So they already know at a state level who
Yep.
bought what, because it's not like here where I get one permit and I can go buy whatever I need, whatever I want, as long as it's compliant with the state. New Jersey, you get a permit to buy said gun, and you have to tell them what gun you're buying.
Right.
And then you buy it, and your permit's dead.
Correct.
And if you want to buy another gun, you have to get another gun permit. And it's all through your local PD, the chief of police. It is a real pain in the ass because I got a friend that lives there.
They already have their registry.
They do. But instead of the AG going there and saying, hey, we want this list, because it would prove there's a registry, which they're not allowed to have,
Right.
they are twisting the arm of the FFL. And it's a subpoena. If they don't comply, well, there's ramifications.
So at the end of the day, that's the ask.
But then
Okay.
just remember, they sent out these subpoenas May 11th to the 14th.
Right.
They have until, I believe, June 15th to answer.
That's a month.
A month.
That's not enough
You
time.
know what I would do?
To go through your records for 10 years.
But wait.
If I was to comply with that, I'm printing everything.
Give them boxes.
Give them boxes, and all of my shit's electronic, right? So I could just give PDF. I would print everything out of pettiness and hand deliver the boxes.
But my bigger question to this, and I don't think we have an answer, okay? They're requesting this information, which is absurd and
They're
awful
requesting
and horrible.
federal documents.
That's my thing. Is they're requesting a 4473. Do they even have the ability to have that? That's an ATF.
That's a
thing.
question.
But bigger than that, what's the end game? If they're saying it's because of these convertible pistols, are they now looking at going to every single person's home that has one? So you can ask for this, compile a list. What are they going to do with said list when it's done?
Oh, they haven't decided yet. Or they haven't released it yet.
That's a problem.
But there's a legal issue also.
Oh, there's tons.
Okay. Because this is basically, she's using the discovery from the lawsuit Davenport versus Glock, which started as Platkin versus Glock.
Correct.
She's abusing the discovery section to force FFLs to give up all this information. Problem is, once this case is being heard, it's a matter of public record. So all of this information is out there for anyone who wants it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good
That's
shopping
the dangerous
list
part.
for the hood boogers out of Newark.
Yeah. Well, look at New York years ago. I don't know, 10 years ago, they actually listed permit.
They have a public registry of
No,
gun
they
owners.
still-
No,
They
they
do it because I had to do
out
my
of it.
special application to keep my name off the record, and you have to justify why. It was pretty easy, though. I was like social media influencer, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, okay. Because they called and asked me. They're, what makes you so special? I was like, here's my YouTube channel. This is what, they're like, oh, okay. So.
because they were
So
supposed
everyone start a YouTube channel.
Well, when that went through back then, they actually lost in court, and they had to redact everything out of the newspaper. It may be public, but they had actually published it
someone
in the
probably did it for you.
newspaper, and they were like, "No, you can't just do that."
No, as far as I know, they still do it because that's why we had.
It's one of the questions on the application.
When
I go over it every class.
When we applied, I checked off for special permission to not be listed due to what I do.
Maybe that's what they had to do, is change it where you can be off.
You can opt out of it, but it's a case by
automatically
case basis, and you need a good reason to why.
My reason
again,
is I don't want it.
That's not good enough for them.
No, yeah. But California released the information on gun owners
Yes.
by accident, so they say.
Yeah.
So,
It-
this
it-
information is
so-
not safe or secure.
No.
So New Jersey is not one of the states that actually implemented HB5043, our version. Maryland has signed the
California.
same day that Ned signed his,
Yes.
without the public
Language
ceremony
is
today.
the same.
And then New York.
Theirs was one sentence in their budget, and it just basically says they ban any handgun that's easily convertible.
But Connecticut, I mean, not
Done.
Connecticut, California also did it.
They did it last year.
Yeah,
It
that's
takes
what-
effect July 1st.
Right.
Ours is October 1st. Maryland is January 1st of next year. I saw conflicting reports. Was it October or January? I think the consensus now is January 1st of 2027. New York,
was just in a budget.
it was in the state budget, which they're only supposed to put budget things in the budget. And they're like, Hochul's like, meh, we're just going to put that right there. One little sentence, snuck it in. Now, Chicago has their Glock ban that they're waiting to push through to be signed off. And I heard there are other states
Of course there are.
that
But there's
are
also
looking
there's
to do
already
this.
lawsuits in place.
Maryland has
So
a lawsuit
Maryland's
already.
so they launched already right away. So yes, the idea behind all this was spread it, let all these democratic states jump in and do this. It may get stopped in its tracks because
Yes.
what they're doing is not okay.
Right, but everyone's using the argument of Heller and Bruen, which just reinforces Heller, which basically says you can't ban guns in common use.
Right.
1980.
By name.
Correct.
By name. None of these laws say Glock is the problem. They said the component is the problem.
Right.
Thus, they ban a component.
Right.
It just affects Glocks and all the Glock-like guns and a bunch of other manufacturers. Now, we call it the Glock ban,
Right.
but it's really not.
No.
It
It's a cruciform
is
trigger
just a
ban.
slew of guns that are affected by this. Which makes me think, though, under Heller and Bruen, if you can't ban guns by name, how did Connecticut get away, or at least continues to get away, by banning all these ARs by name?
Yeah.
Interesting.
No, there's
Well,
because
they did all that before, technically before Bruen.
it doesn't matter.
Okay,
It
yeah,
should have
and
been
SCOTUS
reversed.
should supersede all of it.
Correct. But no, the way it works, even when the Supreme Court does this is what a lot of people don't understand. The Supreme Court can make a decision. All of a sudden, all these unconstitutional laws don't go poof within the state they're in place. You then have to sue. Somebody has to sue each state, like within that state, to then have it removed.
Well,
Unless you have an AG or a governor that's going to go, oh, shoot, rude. I'm sorry. That was bad.
No,
Okay, never mind.
It doesn't matter what the courts laid out. Look at Virginia. This leads right into Virginia.
Yes.
Where
yes.
they passed their universal background check because, like, Virginia just went off the deep end with gun laws.
Elections have consequences.
So, God, yeah. So they have the universal background check system, and they were sued because it violates the rights of 18, 19, and 20-year-olds where the public, a private transfer where I could transfer, like, one of my handguns to my son, which was allowed in Virginia. Because it violates their rights, because they can't do it anymore, we'd have to go through the FFL. The court said, fine, this is unconstitutional, and they put a permanent injunction on the law while it works its way through all the courts. And they chose to ignore it. So the AG, we got to say the proper terms, the Attorney General, I would say, allegedly, sent a letter to the state police and said, nah, we're still doing it. And they got caught because, you know, cat's out of the bag. So SAF, NRA, and some other groups got together and they sent a pretty scathing letter. So it was GOA and the VCDL sent a pretty scathing letter and to the court and said, they're ignoring you. And they never said they weren't. So the judge that gave the initial ruling was like super pissed. And, well, they just lost in court again. The courts reaffirmed, no, there is an injunction. You can't do this. And Derek, what did they say? When the court said, you guys can't do this, we already stopped it.
They said they're going to ignore it anyway.
Yeah, they're going to ignore it anyway.
They're going to do it, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just going to
That's
ignore
it.
it.
They
Keep
don't
going.
care.
Oh, yeah. I'm not surprised.
It's lawless. It's like, hey, we go to the courts, which is our only way to do this, right? We're going to do it legally, work our way through the court. Court hands down a ruling, said you guys can't do this. And now you have the people who are just like, we don't care what you say. So it's like, what's the point at that point? If you're going to fight, get a ruling, and then the state just like, we don't care. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
That's a problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's a huge problem. Because if they get away with it, then all the other states are going to start doing that. It's like, oh, we're just going to ignore the courts.
Yeah. Think about it. Grant versus Lamont. Up for refile again. What if the Supreme Court takes it on and says, nah, this is illegal? And Lamont goes, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
And the Supreme Court has already ruled unanimously the AR-15s are in common use, thus protected under the Second Amendment. They did this when Mexico came after, Colt?
Smith and
Smith.
Wesson, a whole bunch.
Yeah.
And the Supreme Court goes, nah. And even the liberal justices were like, yeah, no, they're in common use. All of them, unanimous. Even...
Sotomayor, she made that comment.
Yeah, all of them. And it's like, okay, that's a good leg to stand on because that's now precedent. So whether it's Cook County, I think it's Flanagan v. Lamont, Grant v. Higgins, and there's a few others. Any of them go or all of them go, they just point to that and say, you just admitted these guns unanimously are in common use, thus none of the states can ban these. Again, say they pass it magically, we're all going to be cheering. They could just ignore it at that point.
But it'd be hard for them to enforce that ignorance, ignoring the ruling. Because at that point, FFLs could bring them in and sell them. The only way they could stop it is if they tell the state database, don't give any authorizations for any firearm.
Right, because they're going to see exactly what it is when it comes
through. It's going to be enforcement, and what'll happen is...
No, hold on. On top, they don't.
So
All they see is a serial number.
All they see is a serial number.
Until I type in what it is and hit submit, but that's after the fact.
That's on the DPS-3.
Yeah.
But they don't even look at it right away. So when you submit it, they don't then look at it and go, okay, this was submitted right.
They don't look at it for like 5 years.
Correct. It's only the way it works here is you submit all this information, you follow all the hoops, you jump through all their hoops. It takes a while. You really don't get in trouble. That's why until you're caught with something you shouldn't have.
Right. And
that's why, like, any of the FFLs that are selling stuff that is still not necessarily legit because it's not quite legal, they're not having any problems in getting caught because you don't find that out till later and your customer has now done something stupid and they find the gun and even then they go, okay, well now it's on the customer. When my take on it is you're penalizing the person who bought something who thought they were legal. So even if this case came in and we ended up, being able to carry all these things and sell all these things, it's not the FFL that's ever going to get in trouble. Well, I shouldn't say ever, but for a while.
It is with HB5043 here.
Yes, but it's going to, well, again, these are the laws they've put out. Are they going to enforce it? Because so far, there's been no enforcement.
They won't enforce until you get caught.
Correct. And if you get caught, like even now, they've been told straight up, certain dealers that are selling stuff that's illegal, and the answer is, it's okay.
Well, that was, I've talked about that before. It's an FFL can sell whatever they want.
It's until somebody
because
somebody
they're allowed
bad
to have
walks
it.
through the door.
They're an FFL.
Right.
It's federal.
Just not Glocks after October 1st.
Correct.
New Glocks.
But once they sell it and you take custody of it because you buy it, you walk out the door. Well, that's on you now. You bought it in good faith, thinking it was legal.
And that's the problem, the good faith part. And, and that's why I say to everybody, you need to be educated in the laws. Don't just assume when you walk into a store.
What you're buying is legal.
Right, because the guy behind the counter is going to go, because I have
the guy behind the counter probably doesn't know.
Correct. It's not.
Right?
It's not truly
Especially
trying to tell you the wrong information. They truly just don't know.
They're truly just stupid, especially in bigger stores. They don't know what they're talking about, and I experience this firsthand all the time, every week, that somebody wants to go and sell, let's say, a fixed mag AR. And I don't normally buy fixed mag ARs. The used market is just really not there. But I'm like, oh, what is it? He's like, oh, it's a Colt. You mean the Colts that are on the ban list?
By name.
Like, it might as well be a Bushmaster. It's the same thing. The state really hates Bushmaster. Like, these are banned by name. I'm not taking them. And what you should do is go back to that gun store and get your fucking money back.
Well, look at all the ones doing the AK fixed mags.
Yeah, the AKs.
Those are not legal either.
Well, so one of them, and, I don't give a shit. Arcana Firearms in Waterbury. I don't do business with them, so I don't really care. It's on their website why they have a legal opinion from some lawyer, not anyone that anyone uses in Connecticut, clearly, and why the Yugo platforms they think are compliant to go put a fixed mag in. And we're talking about 0.5 millimeters is the difference here. That is their argument. That it's written right there. It's right on their website. And I'm like, you're going to go and argue and pay tens of thousands of dollars in legal defense fees to go fight the state of Connecticut on 0.5 millimeters.
Yeah, but you have to understand the customer is not, and the customer is buying it thinking, oh, okay, it's okay. Where that's something I would steer so freaking clear of.
I tell people that all the time.
Here's the thing, though. The key that I take away from this is you said they're selling something they think. It doesn't matter what they think. It only matters what SLFU thinks once you're caught.
Well, and here's the deal.
They're the ones enforcing this.
Look at all the assault weapon certs that are having problems, and they have guns. They cannot register them because they were told they were legal. They were not legal.
Okay, on that aspect, though, isn't it one of the ones that you're having a hiccup with, the AK, the PS-47?
Yeah.
Which is not a fucking AK.
Yep. But
because it takes an AK magazine?
Yeah.
They're wrong.
They were very wrong.
I'm dying on that hill.
It's an Oh, no, I did.
It's an AR-15.
I got my cert.
Oh, did you? That's good.
No.
I still don't have any of mine. Zero.
I've got my temp numbers.
Yeah,
I don't have anything else. And I just had somebody in my comment section on an old video because it came in. I was like, oh, what video is this? It was old as hell. And he's like, how do I get back into the portal to that area to see what I was like, bro, there's no way to get back into
sailed.
It's shut off, man.
Yeah.
My man, you are not getting back into that.
But you can tell him they can email SLFU, and SLFU will then mail you a list, but it has to be emailed, or you have to.
A list of what? I think he wants what
a
you're
list
talking
of your
about.
Guns.
He didn't say why he wanted back in.
Okay.
He just
that's what the
wanted
portal was.
back in. But again, that would be a registry if they have a total list of guns.
Well, we all know.
We know they have
they
a
did.
No.
Hang on. I like the fact that we have to register the guns. They call it a registry.
They do.
They do. But when we're like, well, you can't have a registry, it violates the law. They're like, it's universal background check system.
No, do you know why?
Why do you call it a registry then?
No, the reason they can call it not a registry is because it's not a complete registry. Because anyone who had guns prior to the system being in place,
right,
or could buy long guns back and forth and do private transfers, they weren't in the system. So those aren't in the system.
Correct.
And then anyone who moves into this state with firearms
Correct.
is not in the system. So they call it, they say it's not a registry because it's not complete.
But as they move in, I've heard that they should voluntarily tell the state what they have. Just like when you
There's no way to do that.
when you registered your assault weapons.
There is.
Yes.
And there are certain people that will tell you that. Most of SLFU says no.
No. I'm letting you know what the state overall wants.
Right.
What SLFU says. State overall wants them all registered. Because when you went to register our assault weapons, it didn't say, if you don't see your assault weapon, register it here. It's like, if you own any gun that's not in this list, register it here now. It was any gun. During the whole
I didn't do that.
register your assault weapons. Again.
I know.
The ones that aren't on the list aren't on the list.
Well, they don't exist. You lost them fishing, right?
Yeah.
Well, and they also keep the ones that you've sold, which are like
For tracing purposes.
Well, right, and it's very few on my end, and I get it. I think there should be a column that says sold so that you don't get, like, people, when I first did it years ago, I was like, I sold that, and they're like, we know. Well, good. Could you make a list so that I know you know?
That's why I always tell people, keep your DPS 3s when you bought it and when you sold it.
Clip them.
Listen, because I've done a trace before where the gun went right to one of my coworkers. And I was like, that sucks.
Yeah.
But he was, he's like, I sold that.
Yep.
They're like, okay.
Prove it.
Well, that was the thing. I was like, you're going to have to prove it because they're coming to your door. He's like, I got a DPS 3. I sold it to another gun store in Waterbury. So he goes, not my problem.
Yeah.
It came from there. I was like, I don't care, man.
No, it's
But
and that's
you
what
can prove
happens.
it. That's the key. You got
Correct.
to prove
Correct.
that you sold it. That's why I like, you keep
It's
your
on you to
DPS 3s
prove,
forever.
It's not on them to track.
I sent some to the group chat.
Yeah, I just read that. When is that from?
I don't know.
Am I supposed
This
to
is
look at
NPR.
NPR.
The AR-15 is designed to blow targets apart.
What?
Its bullet travels with such velocity that they can decapitate an adult.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's fact check that.
Are we talking about AR-556? Or
Yeah,
are we talking
that's
about
what they
a
were
308 AR
Still.
platform?
556-223. Let's use math here, right? With decimal points. 0.22. Right? We'd add lots of zeros at the end there. Doesn't change anything. So a 223 is 0.003 bigger than a 22. Now we know from our NRA and USCCA classes, 22s travel about 1,000 feet per second. An FN57, same dimensions, travels at about 2,000 feet per second. And 556 or 223 travels at 3,300 feet per second. It is a 22 that is 3 times faster. That's it.
But
You know what the hole it makes on a piece of paper? The same hole as a 22, just 3 times faster.
that's
Decapitates.
Well, yeah, because it's faster.
Decapitates.
Faster. Faster equals yes. Decapitate. Deadly. Bad.
I mean, I don't know what a 50 Beowulf can do. Maybe that one, because that can go out of an AR-15 or 458 SOCOM. But like,
Just mind-boggling. But you know, these
mind-boggling, mind exploding. Apparently,
But people believe this.
But they're
was from
they're
NPR.
pandering to the ignorant.
Yes.
that was NPR.
That's all that is.
But like I said, they believe it, and they push this shit out, and that's why people go, "Oh my God, they're horrible."
You know, but it's the same thing when they say that the Glock with a Glock switch can shoot 1,200 rounds a minute. It's like,
Oh yeah, they said
what
that today.
fool is shooting 1,200 rounds a minute?
They said 20 rounds in a second. Okay, first of all,
No.
but let's fact check this. They said that today at the press conference, and
Yeah.
I just lost my shit. I'm like, first of all, we have 10-round magazines. Second of all, if a Glock shot 20 rounds in a second, it would explode.
Yeah.
Okay.
The frame will crack.
There is a thing called physics.
Well, you just-
I understand what math means, right? Because like you can do this and the rate of fire and blah, but like there's a thing called physics,
Well,
and it's
yes.
reality.
And there's only so much that gun can actually recoil so many times within that second to allow I mean, yes, it's fast. Yes, there could be a lot of bullets, but come on now. Reality check
20
here, people.
20 rounds in 1 second.
That's phenomenal.
I would love
As the gun goes zoop, like this.
Yeah, right.
With my 10-round magazine.
Yes.
You know, but I pointed that out to somebody. I was just kind of saying, look, 1,200 rounds. One, here's 1,000 rounds. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Now think about somebody trying to pick up
Hold on.
1,200
I want to
rounds.
think about somebody loading that into a
Loading
magazine.
that magazine.
How long is that going to
And
take?
And even if they could actually,
clipazine.
Clipazine,
but
sorry.
even if they could
imagine?
actually reload that fast, that barrel would melt.
It's got to be
It's
like,
done.
how big? Like,
Yeah.
like
The
this,
thing
this
would
is your
explode.
mag
Real
inside your
quick.
gun.
All right. All right.
You said you were going to fact check it.
I just
He
did.
didn't.
We did.
Yeah. I pulled it up. Grok says, yeah, real post, June 2022.
That. From the NPR post.
Oh.
NPR post is a real post the NPR put up June of 2022. Grok's like, yep, it's right here. And it gives June 5th, 2022. Bro. Today's the anniversary of it.
Oh, wow. Hey!
Spreading misinformation 1 year at a time.
one tweet at a time.
Yikes.
Wow. Well, it makes sense if it's, National Gun Violence Awareness Day.
Awareness Day.
I'm aware now that ARs can decapitate, just like Joshua.
aware.
It's heavy. Hold on. It's heavy as 50 moving boxes.
Yes, and
Remember
Josh,
that one?
Yeah.
Josh, what's his nuts? The one that looks like the goblin from Harry Potter. He's the lawyer.
Koskoff.
Koskoff. You ever
Sheriff
see-
first
He
name.
looks like
I
a
hate him.
goblin from Harry Potter. I will
does.
die on that hill.
He does.
One, AR-15s blow deer up and destroy the meat. That's why we can't
That's
hunt
new.
with them in Connecticut. I was like, okay. I thought they were cruel and unusual
Cool.
according to the state, which that's what it is.
Yeah.
Because it blows them
And
up.
No, because it doesn't kill them.
it doesn't kill them. It just hurts them. It gives
It just-
Bambi
yeah.
a boo-boo. What was the other one he said? I can't remember. It vaporizes children. Uvalde. He said that children, because during his hearing during 7042, behind him were a painted pair of shoes. And I was like, I kept staring at it. I'm like, I don't even know why he has a little painting of shoes. And he said it's from,
He brought it up in his testimony.
right, he brought up in the testimony that it was made by an artist dealing with Uvalde, where an AR-15 was used. And the only way the children were identified was from their shoes because their bodies were vaporized or something to that nature. And it blows deer up. So, yes, I believe if it can vaporize a child and it can blow a deer up rooting the meat, then it will
Whoa.
decapitate a grown man.
Well, you know what? I'm going to ask the professional. Actually, there's two professionals in the room, but I know Todd is definitely. Todd,
Yes.
you have possibly used a 223 in your professional life.
Yes. 5.56 for sure.
5.56 for
Yes.
sure. Does it vaporize adults? Adult.
We're talking about
peoples?
children. It's different.
I know, but like, what is the size?
There are
of
short
the,
people overseas. It's not designed to actually kill them, technically. It's supposed to wound them on the battlefield so their compatriots could take them away. And we learned real quick that's stupid. It doesn't work. So that's when we just start aiming for different areas. But no,
Well, don't they have the
no,
50s for that?
Those aren't supposed to be shot at people.
yeah, that's
Technically,
anti-material. So
yeah.
pink misting
Technically.
somebody is a no. That's
Technically, you're not supposed
Is that a
to.
Geneva
against the
Convention?
Geneva Convention problem. Just like hollow points are a war crime for the big military.
Yeah.
Yeah, for big military, it's a war crime. SF, because it's a small unit, they get away with it.
See, I always thought 50
They're-
caliber were great snipers.
And hollow points are
They drop
non-NATO.
too much.
No,
So
they
you
don't.
know that. They're non-NATO.
Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
because it's a
You
war
learn
crime.
something new every day.
Yeah.
What about
So-
green tip?
Green tips are okay.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah, same with black tips.
My black tips are nice.
So but here's the thing with the problem with the hollow points, it goes all the way back to this before the Civil War when dum-dum rounds were a thing.
Because hollow points are safer. They only
Because
hit the target
dum-dum
you want.
rounds are dum-dum is a company that made hollow points.
Like the lollipop?
Dum-dum, no, it's just so when you hear something like a dum-dum round, there
Hey,
you go.
you never know. GE used to make guns,
So
okay?
here's the reason why they banned them at the Geneva Convention level, right? And civilized warfare, you can't use them. If you're hit with a standard FMJ round, it will pierce your skin, it will break your bone. This we can fix.
But it'll keep going.
Yes, we're talking about
It's
war.
tumbling.
We
No
don't
one-
care
no one
about the
cares.
people behind it. Never mind. Okay, my
Collateral.
bad. That's okay.
There's a word
if,
for that.
If someone's shooting at me and I shoot them, the guy behind them probably in the same boat. Just saying.
Probably.
But that's okay.
You're
That's
talking.
what I'm
You're
having a
talking.
problem with.
Listen, we firebombed Dresden. Okay, a lot of innocence there. So FMJ is designed to go straight through, break a bone.
Correct.
A hollow point obliterates the bone on impact.
Right.
You can't fix that.
Right.
You amputate.
Right.
And that is why they banned them.
Because
It's cruel and unusual punishment to the enemy.
War
And
has
we
to
are
be
a civilized
fair.
company,
Yes.
or a civilized nation when it comes to warfare. We have rules.
they forgot that war is war.
Yeah, don't tell them that. Remember, the Geneva Convention technically is just it's a bunch of suggestions that, you don't always follow. What's the fat electrician say? It's only a war crime the first time? Or it's not a war crime the first time.
That's probably better.
It's only after that.
War crimes are decided by who wins.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is true, too. That is true, too.
That was good there, Derek.
It's true.
That was good. Did
'Cause
you
it-
watch that?
You ever notice in history, the good guys always win? No matter
Did
what
you watch
side it was,
There's
they
a
always win.
who is the? I don't think I could say the word on YouTube. The World War II German bad guy number 3. They just did a movie that Russell Crowe played him.
Did it sound like Grumbles?
Yeah, him.
Grumble.
Him.
Oh, he just says it. He's like,
Well, no, that's
"I don't care."
okay. I don't think that the one that starts with the N and ends with the I, you probably can't say. So they just did a movie with that, and it was with Russell Crowe, and if you saw the other actor's face, you would know his name.
Okay.
Or know his face, at least. It was on Netflix. I think it was one of the Netflix movies, that, like, they produce. And it was a World War II movie, so, like, I watched it. It was the trials, the Nuremberg trials. There we go.
Nuremberg
We got there.
What's the name of the
Yep.
movie? Nuremberg?
It might be. But it...
I've been to
And
Nuremberg.
it was very interesting because, like, the Allies are setting up the rules, right? They won.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because they're the good guys. The good
They're
guys
the good
always
guys.
win.
Yes. Yes.
It was a very interesting movie, and if you find World War II interesting, it's worth a watch. Worth a watch. Not as actiony as like Hacksaw Ridge or something, but very interesting movie.
It's a beautiful city.
Was it? It didn't look that beautiful in the movie.
No movie different.
Well, there was
Yeah.
a lot of rubble.
No after
A lot of rubble.
afterwards.
There was a lot of rubble.
Well,
Afterwards.
they weren't really big on maintenance back then.
Did you find
Rami
it?
Malek, yeah.
Yeah, him. There
The
you
guy that
go.
played,
Bohemian Rhapsody or
yeah,
whatever.
Bohemian Rhapsody.
He's done some other things too in there.
Okay.
Yes, because
It was fun. I watched
he looks
that.
very German.
He was an American, actually.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like,
He was an
I was like, he
American.
doesn't look very.
Russell Crowe was the
German.
German guy. And then I watched that, and then the wife and I were going through, we watched the Band of Brothers, Masters of the Air. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Then we did Band of Brothers again. I've probably watched that 30 times. And then we did The Pacific, which was my third rewatch ever. And he's in The Pacific, too.
Mhm.
Apparently World War II movies are his thing.
That sounds like a
Sounds like a Matt Damon.
that sounds like a very old guy thing to say. You give me crap about wearing polos, look like I'm going to go play golf. And
Does
that's-
Todd not look like he's playing golf right now, guys? Right? He's about to go play golf. Michelle's like, yeah.
I'm just sitting here. I'm taking it all in. I'm listening to y'all.
All right. Derek's got dad shoes on.
Those aren't dad shoes.
Those are
They're
dad-
There they are.
Nikes.
He just
It's
needs
not
like
Nike,
really
they're
short
New
cut off
Balance. Hold on
jean
a second.
They're
pants.
Do
New
I-
Balance.
Do I have to put these up in front of the camera to redeem myself here?
They're New
Wait.
Balance with the white socks and blue
yeah.
jeans.
They are New Balance.
Those
Yeah, it's
They're
just-
very comfortable.
So are
They are.
Jean shorts,
New Balance
polo.
too, but
Yeah.
that's because I got
Barbecuing.
big ass feet. You know how hard it is to
I just
find
refuse to
shoes?
buy Nike.
I do too.
I absolutely refuse
I
to buy
will
Nike.
not. Absolutely not. Not with their
Oh,
stance.
I'm like that with Levi.
Yeah.
Levi Strauss jeans?
Yeah, what they said about guns and all. I was like, yeah, screw Levi Strauss.
I'm the same way with Starbucks. To this day, I won't spend money
Fun
at
fact.
Starbucks.
Fun fact with Starbucks. They say all that shit while I'm in working for Dunbar Armored, picking up their money in an armored truck.
Because that's okay. You were okay.
Like-
You weren't a civilian just carrying a gun.
It-
It's different.
I was like, are you guys fucking serious?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you throw that stance out on guns, and then but you pay a company with a guy with a gun to pick up your money.
Because that's different. It's like cops can have guns. It's okay there.
Well, they can't
And
have Glocks after October.
Bodyguards,
Buy new ones.
bodyguards can have guns.
That's right, P320s
It's
across the board.
You can't have a gun. I can't have a gun. Those guys can.
Ooh, you know what the state police need?
P320s.
High point Yeet cannons.
Do you know we found out yesterday?
Dude,
High
that was a
points.
post-podcast
Yes.
discussion.
Yes, but just throwing it out. High
High
point
points.
is the number one bad guy gun in your town.
Really? In my town?
Yep.
Yeah.
Murder Den?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, that's because we're ghetto fabulous.
Who is selling high points? Let's first of all.
Pawn
I
shops?
haven't seen
Like-
one in a long time.
I
You
sold
used to.
I sold the Yeet cannon because it literally says Yeet,
Yeet cannon.
cannon, and
Yes.
somebody wanted it. Okay, sold them a Yeet cannon, ordered it, but like, first of all, that's not a $50, $100 special. I think it's like maybe 250.
That's a bougie high point.
Well, they make bougie high points. So High Point now, if you guys don't know this, they make their own AR-15s. They make an all gold AR-15 and pistol, and I keep thinking about bringing it into the store because somebody's gonna buy it.
Here's the thing: High Point gets such a rap, right? They're crap guns. I mean, they are, but the damn things just work.
Well, and
Yeah, you can just beat them.
Just work.
yeah, exactly. You can beat somebody with it if it doesn't work.
Alien from the movie Alien.
Yeah, because the big head.
And when the slide comes back, little mouth comes out. I'm like, that's all I see.
I need to buy Todd a Yeet cannon for Christmas.
Make it gold.
Because
Yes,
it's got to be black so I can paint the alien head on the
No,
front
you
because
need-
it's arts and crafts.
If you have a gold one, you could paint dragon and make it look like a dragon because you are in Murderden. You need a gold one.
No.
Okay.
He just looks at me like, shut up.
Nice
The
pregnant
silence.
pause as he was.
I don't know if AI is going to cut the silence there, guys, but you could literally have heard a pin drop after that. Derek and I were like, what's going on?
No.
He needs
I
gold.
don't do gold.
I think he knows. It would make sense over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the whole
We got I joke in class, right? I'm like, when people are here, they're like, "Oh, I'm from Meriden." I'm like, Meriden does have the biggest gun range in the state of Connecticut. They're like, "Really? Where is it?" I was like, "We call it the Green." It's huge.
I thought Waterbury was pretty much an all.
Well, that's the mall. It's confined to the mall.
That's an indoor range. Ours is outdoor. Get it right, Michele.
Yeah.
I think we're losing control here. All right, I'm changing the topic completely here.
I don't know if you guys saw. Maybe you saw it. Somebody just got picked up illegally with a FN57 handgun, and they're charging him with having, because it was loaded, right? High cap mags, the whole 9 yards. But they're charging him with having armor-piercing ammunition.
Oh, is this the Bristol?
I think it was Bristol.
I was just going to bring that up.
A little hoodburger carrying a 5.7. I was like,
Yeah.
man, I haven't seen someone with a 5.7 in a bit.
Today. Sorry, this is June 4th, but it was posted today. How old is he? Bristol police officers located a stolen motor vehicle and attempted to stop. They abandoned it, fled on foot, got a perimeter, K9 unit. Suspect was taken into custody without incident. Born 2006, so if anyone wants to do the math there.
It's they're
Carrying a
19.
loaded firearm with armor-piercing ammunition, criminal possession of a firearm, carrying a pistol without a permit, surprise, criminal use of a firearm, interfering with an officer, conspiracy to commit larceny, and larceny in the third. $100,000 bond. Looks like a wonderful, upstanding citizen. And then when we zoom in on this,
But why are they calling it armor?
because they're red tip.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
You can't sell red tip. Red tip is actually not legal. And it is it is a Ruger 5.7 high cap mag, one magazine, but there's about 40 rounds here, so I don't know. And the other mag's not in the gun, so I don't know if it was just loosey-goosey, but it does look like it is red tip ammunition. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
but is it truly
key fobs.
So wait, is it truly red tip or is it
Red
just
tip?
a polymer cover?
No, red tip is on FN rounds is for law enforcement only. You
Okay.
can sell blue tip, and you can sell, I
think
think you
I-
can even sell black tip, but red tip on the box is LE only. And I would have to do more research to give you a proper
funny.
answer on that.
Because you know what's inside of a
Steel?
tungsten?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
What's
a
inside
tungsten.
of a red tip?
Don't know.
Not
I know
tungsten.
green tip is steel. It's
My
a steel
husband
core
calls-
penetrator.
He calls those green boys.
And I mean, that's like, I've got thousands of those.
Yes.
Black tip, 5.56 is rare. 308 is pretty common. You can find it, but it's a tungsten core. It's designed to punch through a lot
Yes.
because tungsten self sharpens,
Yes.
which that's for spicy times.
I like that
Spicy times.
spicy times.
But okay, regardless
I'm
of,
waiting for spicy
you got the gun,
times.
you got the standard capacity magazines, which high cap they call them. You got the spicy rounds. There's a whole lot of illegal going on.
My clock.
$50 says they drop a lot of the charges, nail them down, or they use them to plea for something else because this would make our gun stats in the state look.
He's 19. They're going to treat him like a kid because now we just changed the number 26. You have to be age 26 or older than 26. Otherwise, they change all the mandatory sentences also. They're treating them more like juvies because their brain, y'all don't, your brains don't develop, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's amazing how they can run platoons and stuff in this service when they go into the military. But, the average Joe doesn't
Well,
have
it
a
makes
brain.
sense because in my early 20s, I did volunteer for a lot of stupid stuff.
Right, but
I'm
you
just
knew
saying.
there were consequences at the end if you did something like half of these guys.
If I did whatever those consequences were, honestly, in the end, not my problem.
Well, now especially.
It's done. It's like it's not my problem.
I
Everyone's like, "Aren't you afraid?" I'm like, "No."
think the last
His favorite.
Josh
It
has
is.
stock in Aero.
I am.
He does. God.
This
Aero
goes
did
back.
this. Aero did that.
Aero Precision, Ballistic Advantage, Stag Arms, and VG are currently operating through a receivership process while transitioning to new ownership is under the way. The core team remains in place and the business continues to operate. That's funny. Manufacturing, shipping, and customer service and partner support remain active through Aero and Stag products. Though Aero and Stag products are currently moving through production and fulfillment at slower paces than we would like.
That was a surprise.
This is going on 2 years now? As we work through existing constraints and rebuild inventory. As we appreciate the patience of our customers, dealers, vendors, and partners during this process, we'll continue to provide updates. Currently
It gets
operating
into that-
through the receiving.
His voice. Are you listening to his
Yeah,
voice as he does? He
Michele.
goes into that elevator.
Listen, next time
I
read
love
it like David Attenborough.
Who? Remember, there's a 20-year age gap between me and the next person here. At least. Aero Precision, and I've done 2 podcasts on Aero before, separate ones, and one of them
You know what's
reached
funny?
Aero.
I'm looking at the Aero banners
Yeah.
right there. That's what I'm looking. I'm like, holy shit, it's right there.
And this reached Aero last time. This one will not because it's at the end of an hour-long video. But Aero has gone downhill basically since 6667 in Connecticut stopped buying shit.
Yes.
It's really what happened.
Well, they took roller coaster dive right off.
And they went to I guess a venture capitalist group bought them, so then they're pushing money out of everything. You can't get an Aero stripped M4E1 lower right now if your life probably depended on it at an appropriate cost, let alone other things. Ballistic Advantage is the sister company. Occasionally I'll find a lower from them. Occasionally. VG6 Precision, I think, is a waste of a brand. They don't do anything with suppressors, right? They don't make any attachment. It's just muzzle brakes. And they're kind of expensive. Some of them were decent, but they don't do anything with suppressors. You're missing a market that has exploded because the tax stamp's gone.
Right.
If they made aftermarket stuff for Surefire or Silencer Co., because there are companies that do that, they'd probably be hitting their mark. I never liked Stag. So they left Connecticut. Goodbye. They did make, I will give them one credit, they made left-handed ARs. So
Yeah,
for
I
the
thought
people who
they-
can't write correctly or shoot correctly, they made something for you. So that was nice.
Hold on, wait a minute. I owned one of their left-handed ARs.
Are you a
I am
lefty?
left-handed.
Are you wrong-handed? Well,
Yeah,
I'm right.
wrong-handed?
No, wait.
It makes
And
sense.
Marine,
I am
right?
Yeah, hold on.
That all makes sense.
Man eater. Derek, I am right-handed. Therefore, you are wrong-handed.
Okay. So, and this is the end of the podcast as gunfire is erupted in the room.
You're picking on Derek.
But no, I was left-handed. I shoot left-handed with long guns, and I shoot right-handed with handguns.
You're fucked up. You're messed up.
Why do you think he was in the Corps?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Well, this is what it is, you know.
Well,
How do you
wait,
throw
wait,
a
wait.
baseball?
But-
Right-handed.
So
wait a
normally you're a left-handed person,
I right left-handed.
but are you
Right
what
eye
eye
dominant.
what eye dominant?
Left.
But you shoot with your right hand?
On the handguns, yeah.
He made his life easier with the handgun
It's
choice.
just when he goes, yeah, of course I do.
You know why? Because in the Corps, he could run his M4 in his left, pistol in the right.
It was because the Corps beat the shit out of him and said, you're going to shoot right-handed.
Possibly.
I know a lot of left-handed people that shoot right-handed. I mean, Mike Jones, Grand Thumb, he's left-handed. Right's left-handed, everything. He shoots right-handed. Because it's a right-handed world when it comes to firearms.
I knew people with cross dominant will
Yes.
usually go to wherever they're dominant hand for long guns. That's what they'll do. You
Yeah,
know,
because-
so if they're crossed, then say I'm right-handed, but my left eye is dominant. So my long guns, it would be
Right.
left eye and left side.
I'm right-handed, right eye dominant, really right eye dominant. And anytime I took a training course where I transitioned, and they're like, "Oh, shoot left-handed with my carbine," I'm like, I don't see anything. I'm like, I can't get my left eye to work. I'm sorry. I'm legally deaf in my left eye. All right.
So if somebody,
Legally deaf in your left eye.
You never seen that TikTok?
if he ends up with damage
I'll
to his
show it
right
to
eye,
you
he's
later.
screwed.
So, I mean, the transitions, I always had a problem with it, but
Interesting.
yeah.
Interesting.
But I work with, I mean, teaching as many people as I do week in, week out. Plenty of people are cross-eye dominant. It's almost like
It is, right?
For handguns,
common.
it's yeah.
Like one or two people per class.
But for handguns, that's an easy thing to work with. When you get into the long gun stuff, that's when it starts getting really wonky.
Do you know how to solve that problem?
You
just close one eye.
Yes and no, because
No, it works because now I can only see you out of my right eye.
Yeah.
Depends on who you're working with and how well they're willing. Because I watched them crawl over the stock trying to get the right eye in the right place.
Yeah.
I just tell people turn your head because you can't not closing one eye or the other. Real life scenario, adrenaline prevents that.
Yep.
So just get used to turning your head. So when I shoot left-handed handguns, which I'm a big proponent of, for me, as soon as I feel the gun in my left hand and I punch, I have the uncontrollable urge to turn my head to get my right eye aligned. Basically, I've done it so much that habit's built into me.
Okay.
It's like I've got to turn my head.
Interesting.
Right-handed, right eye, I'm fine. But
see, I can just shift the gun
I
just
never
slightly
even knew
over, and I'm
this.
fine.
I couldn't qual in the Navy when I did left-handed. I was like throwing rounds left and right, and the guy that was qualing me, he's like, bro, this is what you need to do. This is like mid-90s. And I'm like, huh? I've done it ever since. Just turn my head.
Interesting.
That's how I just tell people. Just turn your head. Don't lean. Don't lay down.
No.
Just, it's a no motion. Just turn your head and shoot.
Interesting.
That's it.
Anything else we want to add?
I just liked the fact that, well, not liked, but I felt bad because Derek got picked on this time.
That's okay.
It's all right.
He was Department of the Navy. He's fine.
We picked on Sporky last time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
that
we need
is
to pick
true.
on.
Listen, if Mrs. Guru was here, she would defend you to her dying breath because she grew up in the Corps. So.
She's probably going to smack you around when this comes out.
Listen, my household, never-ending battle. She's all about the Corps, and I'm like, yeah, but you married Navy. Career Navy at that.
No, there's always that famous line. No, I like you Navy boys. Anytime we got to go somewhere to fight, y'all nice enough to give us a ride.
Very true.
Yeah, well, that's what Marine stands for. My ass rides in Navy equipment.
All right. On that note, I think we're going to wrap this up. My name is Josh from Lock N Load Firearms.
I'm Michele from Patriot Wear Holsters.
I'm Derek, Connecticut Gun Bench.
I am Todd, Gun Guru.
There you go.
It's always the Gun Guru.
Hey, at least he gets it in instead of twice.
Yeah.
He's not trying to be greedy.
You know. That's it. That's all I got, guys. Why are you still here and watching us? It's kind of weird.
They like
Right.
the banter.
Do they?
Like, actually, this is actually a really popular. Like, I don't know how it works on your channels, but I got in the comment section like, I love this.
They do.
I love this podcast.
I get
like-
told all the time.
and I-
They love
yeah.
how we all feed off of each other.
And I'm like, imagine if we mixed alcohol in with this. I said, unfortunately, we can't because like I've got to drive home. But if I didn't have to drive,
You get a little caught in the employee
Yeah, maybe
room over
we
there.
get
listen,
what's that?
All our channels would be nuked.
What's that whiskey company? This big 2A company.
2A bourbon.
There's a hard word.
2A bourbon.
Yes. Well,
You want to sponsor us?
we can all.
I know them. I know the owner.
We
I have
can.
a bunch of 2A bourbon stuff.
Do you
Look at my
really?
videos. I have 2A bourbon behind me. I've got them all over the house.
Really?
Yeah, sorry. I watch your videos, but the quality is just.
Damn.
It
get from
people all
adds,
the time.
it
Shots
adds
fired.
mystery to the
It
video.
does, because I'm like, I don't know what that is.
Cameras are the least of my problem. Right now, I have a problem with my Wi-Fi dropping off.
Yeah, you're live. I saw that.
I was so pissed. I was like you should have seen the conversation I had with my ISP because I was like, listen, they're like, well, you need to upgrade to 5 gig. Fine. Too much stuff running on the Wi-Fi. I was like, do me a favor though. I'm running a mesh network, and I had a real hard time because the equipment you sent me isn't set up for a mesh network. So I will upgrade, which is more money out of my pocket each month, as long as you can just send a technician out to install said upgrade to make sure everything's working fine. And they're like, no. Oh.
We'll just mail it to you.
I was like, yeah, they're like, you can install it yourself. I was like, it doesn't set up as a mesh network, and I have to call you anyways. So they're like, fine. So after a week of this, they schedule
Who's the company?
Frontier,
Oh, that's your
a
first
Verizon
problem.
company, but they have the fiber optic. So they're like,
I just
okay.
How's
Get out
that
of my
working for
house.
you?
So they're like, we'll give you a tech. I was like, thank you very much. They're like, we're going to schedule the tech for Friday. I was like, okay. And your upgrade is due to activate Monday. I was like, okay. Will he have the equipment to install for the upgrade. They're like, no, it comes Monday. I was like, then why do I want the tech here on a Friday when I need him on a Monday with the stuff? She goes, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I kept hitting mute. I kept looking at my wife, and she's just like going to town. I'm like, stop. Because, you're calling at some overseas call center.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, hello, my name is John. It's like, no, you are not John.
All right. Well,
And the last person I talked to, I'm pretty sure they're from the CCP. So,
goodbye.